And good morning, everyone. It is 4:30 a.m. for me, and I thought since I was done with everything I had to do for the day, that I would probably work on the deathmatch starting area. I was actually going to do, believe it or not, the Iron Man challenge, and just play through that and record that and everything. But I looked up the rules, and it's a little tough. And I think if I got into that right now, at this time, it might, not work out that well. So I'm going to time. I'm going to play. I'll try and play a little longer and not, be as boring as I was last time. Because last time I don't think we got very far. Let's see. Let's look at our talent and see what we can do. Death Coil and Frost Strike also infect your target, adding force negation to the duration of Frost Fever and Blood Plague. Plague Leech, but Holy Blight. I'll go with Plague Bearer. I'm I'm kind of odd about my talents. I like to pick ones that are. Do I have real shit? I do. I like to pick ones that are passive over than a lot of abilities. I'm just kind of strange that way, I suppose. So, let's go back over here and we're going to fly back down. So I had a pretty interesting day yesterday. My sister brought her boyfriend's son over. Let me turn the game sound down. I'm sorry about that. My sister brought her boyfriend's son over here, and he wanted to play Minecraft, and he wanted to play it with my nephew. So I said, okay. Hello, Korloff from Cairn. Good morning. How are you? So yeah, I went upstairs and yelled at a 16-year-old about letting an 8-year-old play a video game that the 16-year-old hates because that somehow makes a difference, I guess. And I seem to be lagging just a little bit today. I remember back during the Wrath when Death Knights were first introduced, some friends of mine, and some friends of myself, got together and we figured out everything that we possibly could about Death Knights. And we wound up, I'm sure a lot of people did this, but we wound up going, through the starting area on a Death Knight, and went to Hellfire Peninsula, and ran directly over to Hellfire Citadel, and not, Citadel, no, Ramparts. Um, and we did all of the quest, did the dungeon with a group of nothing but Death Knights. And I think, like in the game, the way it is right now, probably could, but it would be a little bit more difficult, specifically at lower levels, because Death Knights are kind of iffy tanks. It's not that they're bad. It's just that with the redesign of the class and the differences in when you actually get your abilities you need, that it's questionable exactly how good of a tank you wind up being. Because around 75 or 80 or so, uh, Death Knights, like most tanks, start getting, their capabilities, I guess. I mean, the ones that you actually need to tank. So it becomes just a little harder to say a Death Knight's a good tank just because of the way the abilities are now handed out. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn, I'm sorry. Hmm. I don't remember the arrows ever being over this far though. It just seems a little bit far, because we're talking about archer. We're talking about arrows being shot from Lacus, which is up there. And I mean, they would have to come all the way out here and land here, and we're pretty good distance away. Like where the little blue lights are up there, right there. That's about. Oh no, wait, never mind. The archers are on the cliff. I'm sorry. I am totally wrong. They're up there on the cliff. But no, that's still pretty far away to be shooting. You see the arrows go all the way up over there. And I kind of wonder, since they're Saronite arrows, how far would that really fly? Because Saronite's is effectively a metal. And I kind of wonder about that. Also, because, having played since Wrath of the Lich King and played through Northrend when it was, current content, you find out that Saronite is the blood. It's basically dried blood of Yogg Saron, and I kind of wonder. Uh, at what point in time did the Scourge start farming Saronite? Like when did they do that and realize that it could be made into all of this stuff, like arrows and shields and everything? Or was that something that the Nerubians were doing? Like up there, that Acris right there, they're built out of metal and stone and stuff. So does that mean that the Scourge? Well, I mean, the Nerubians were using the blood of the blood of an old god to build things, and then taught that to the Scourge. And it's just a weird little connection in lore, I guess, to me. But, not that it really truly affects anything. It's just a little detail that makes me wonder. Danny and I were talking earlier, and she's probably gonna kick my butt for doing this, or, bringing it up. But she asked me earlier. She had a question she was wanting to bring up and get my opinion on, and she was wondering how is it that in Draenor uh, all of the orcs and stuff that are there will acknowledge what you are, like being a death knight, for example. And it's a little bit of a plot hole, I guess. Although I can sort of understand why the people who are on Draenor would acknowledge who you know, or be able to accept, or be able to accept at least the death knight for sure, because there are necromancers on Draenor, and I don't know, how many people have really ever acknowledged this, but there are necromancers in the history of the planet. Not always like the scourge ones, or the ones that we typically know as being bad. Uh, the Akanai are users of necromancy in a way. They tend to the souls of the dead, and whatnot, but they don't really bring the dead back. Well, they kind of do, I guess. Is that five? One, two, three. You do one more step. Anyway, the Akanai sure do the soul binding, and they will um, put the souls of the dead in. I cannot think of what they're called. The protector things, whatever they're called. Anyway, they'll put the souls in there, and I guess that's kind of a necromantic ability because with, for example, Nerzul, of course, Nerzul is Shadow Moon, and the Shadow Moon orcs practice necromancy. They raise the dead, they communicate with the dead, and so on. Excuse me. So I'm wondering um, why that would be something that the people under Draenor would not be able to acknowledge and accept. Look, hey, look, I'm a Death Knight. I'm undead. There we go. I was wondering if I was going to get all of them or not. It's just a neat point though that she brings up, because it kind of makes you wonder. Do these people look at you strange because you um, are dead technically, and you could raise the dead, or is it just a acceptable thing? Because, okay, for example, the Pandaren, they didn't uh, really seem to be bothered by it either. And I know, the Mogu and stuff, the Mogu for Pandaria, in a way, practice necromancy, and Zandalari damn sure do. But are the Pandaren just so used to that they don't have a problem with either? Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. Because you can tell how long it's been since I've been here doing these series of quests. Excuse me. That's the second time I've gone. I'm gonna quit doing that, I think. Okie dokie. Over here. I kind of hate this because, my little undead minion, my ghoul, it never hides them, and everything will attack you. It does it with these quests, and then the other quest where you do the tree costume, and you go hide and spy on. Oh, excuse me. Third time's a charm. Maybe that's going to be it. Anyway, it's a series of quests leading up to going and spying on Avendus. But if you have a ghoul, it'll attract them then. All right. Now for the fun part. Oh, I'm already done. Never mind. I just realized that. That was a lot faster than I'm used to. That is also the first time I have ever had the cannon actually be destroyed. Whew, excuse me. I don't think I'm going to stop yawning this morning. I think I'm going to have to give in and pick a good spot to see. Look, from right here, you can see the archers right here, the sky darkers, all on the line. They're all shooting their arrows. You can see how far out they go. They go out to about there. Not that far. But yet, when you go do the quest, they're all the way the hell over there. That just kind of bothers me a little bit. I know it's a strange thing to be bothered by, but it bothers me for some reason. Okay, let's just fly back up. Oh, back over. I kind of miss the old playgrounds, to be honest. Where everything was upwards of level 60, and Tyrion Fordring was here, and you did all the quests for him and everything. It was fun. All right, Death Reach. Back I do like the updated quest though, so don't think for the reason I don't. I I like them. It's just the old Plaguelands, because I've been around for my whole hold a just a special place in my memory. What am I running into? That's strange. Excuse me. North, wait, North, where is Hagen? That no good kiss up is probably practicing ballet in his chambers. That's pretty good. Crypto Breeze. Hi, Reverend there. How are you? Yay, we level blood presence. You know what? I'll switch to that for the heck of it. And while I'm right here, vendor, vendor. Actually, don't know why I'm vendoring everything, to be honest, because I could probably finish out the zone and not have to worry about it. And I get a talent at 57. I do get a talent. Let's uh, sinuses are acting up this morning. But a holy pack of, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with purgatory, just because, like I said earlier, I like passive talent. It's not, I dislike clicking buttons or anything. I just kind of like the idea that there are abilities I can use where I don't have to actually do something. And the passive abilities tend to be really, really decent. I haven't really found any on any class that are always a drawback. See, like Plague Bearer, Death Coil and Frost Strike infect the target, and they increase the duration of Frost and Blood Plague for 4 seconds, and add a stack of Necrotic Plague. That's a decent DPS boost, particularly on longer fights. Purgatory, a holy pact that prevents death when you sustain fatal damage instead of instead of absorbing incoming healing equals the amount of damage prevented lasting 3 seconds. In other words, you get to live longer, and it's cool. And then Chillbanes will slow everything down, and then Riddick Power. When you spend Riddick Power, you have 1.5 chance to so these are increasing through regeneration rate. Except I think out of these, I would probably go with Blood Tap. Nick 75. Death Pact, probably what I would go with. Morphine's Grasp is awesome. These are all good talents for me. Desecrated ground, though, that's a ability that Death Knights used to have back during Wrath, and you got it through, I want to say Death and Decay. It was either that or Plague Strike. I don't remember offhand, but you got it, and it would make these little hands raise up out of the ground and would go, and it grabbed whatever you were attacking, and it also healed you. But then the heal was taken away. Excuse me. And that was kind of boring to me, to lose the heal that you had from that ability. But I'm kind of glad that Blizzard decided to put it back in. I don't see as many people around today like I did yesterday, though. But that's fine. There's no rule that says that anyone has to be on all the time. If you run into them and say hi, whatever. I see you don't want to be on when I'm on. That's fine. Cool with that. What I wouldn't be cool with is getting more rain. Although yesterday we did wind up getting a little bit of rain. Actually, I think I mentioned that in the Hearthstone match I did. That was actually really well timed, entirely on accident during the Hearthstone match. For those of you who haven't watched it yet, I was mentioning that a lot of people I know that I've played Hearthstone with don't really like playing with me because I am kind of an annoying player. I tend to make hard decks that specifically will frustrate people. Yeah, like if I'm playing a hunter deck, which is what I tend to play most of the time, I will usually take out your cards before I take I'll take out what's on the field before I'll attack the player. Sometimes I don't, but it really just depends on the class. And excuse me again. That's what I was hoping to get into in that game, and show that it's fun to do. I mean, I'm sure it's aggravating to a lot of people. I mean, I know it is. I'm told it is. But I was hoping to have a little bit longer of a game, to show off a little more playability and show off what I consider to be, my prize deck, I guess. I'll probably go back and do it again later. So, play a match or two, three. I don't know. I think it's a little more difficult to me to actually set up a little live stream recording of Hearthstone that is World of Warcraft, because with this, like right now, I can just do a screen share and pick Warcraft. This is what you're seeing on the screen. You get the same thing else. Hearthstone Can't do that. And hello, Corloff. Didn't I say hello to you earlier? I think I did. I guess that's Corloff. I don't know how to pronounce that. I just don't know. These kids and their strange names now. It just seems so much slower playing a death right now. It just seems like I'm doing so much less damage to these things. Oh wait, never mind. That's why. Doofy had blood presence on. I don't even need blood presence on. Which one of you let me put blood presence on? Well, I was still over there. I think instead of outright finishing the zone, which I could do this morning, I think it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning for me. I think that I'm going to do the portion of this where, kill Mayor Quimby and get the registry, and then I go over there to the church, and that's going to be my stopping point for the day, I think. So I can always pick back up now. Although I think I'm going to do another walkthrough video after this. Just like a really quick one, It's funny seeing the new updated models right next to Quimby, because his is one of the original kind of models in the game. And, I don't really know where to go knew that. At least I know I'm thinking about that. Yeah, if you go to Old Hills, Redfoot Hills, or you go to there's actually a couple areas in Northland. I am in combat, or not. Anyway, if you go to Borean Tundra as Alliance, you go there as Alliance. The quest givers in Farshire are actually original models from the game, from the original vanilla models, not not the release ones, but the alpha models. And it's the same ones that are in Old Hills, Redfoot Hills. And then there are a few that are in, where is that place called? Charling Fjord, I believe, that use the original alpha game models. And it's just neat to see them every now and then. Except for the original the blood elf, the high elf models. Those are. I don't know why but the original high elf models just kind of bother me for some strange reason. They just kind of bother me. Grief and slaughter. I think I'm going to go back to Acarus. Acarus. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it. In game, they seem to say Acarus, but I usually say Acarus. I'm not sure, honestly, but I think I'm going to just ride back over there, get some nice shots of what exactly the Scourge has done. All done by my hand too. So that's kind of a good feeling, killing all these supposedly innocent people and burning all this stuff to the ground. Feels good to be the bad guy. It really does. But I'm gonna go back over here and I'm gonna fly up back to the other hole, and that's gonna be it for part 2 of this zone walkthrough. I think I'm trying to keep it, 20 or so minutes for each part. But it's pretty close to that right now, and I think, like I said, this is going to be it for now, and I'll come back and play a little more later. And yeah, later on at some point in time, I'm going to tackle the Worgen starting area and the Goblin one, and for sure the Pandaren. So, keep an eye out for those. And I still have to do, let's see, I've done Human, Dwarf, and the initial Forsaken area. And I need Gnome, Night Elf, Orc, Troll, Draenei, Tauren, and Blood Elf. Right? Okay, yeah, I can do that. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this real quick walkthrough, and I will see all of you later. And Mr. Radio Tokyo here will see you later, although he can't tell you he'll see you later because he doesn't have a job. But yeah, if I don't talk to all of you in another walkthrough later, I will talk to all of you on the Wednesday catch-up show or our show on Saturday. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.